So last time we worked on changing our movement speed when we are blocking, right? So now we can do this. So today we're gonna work on the actual block and parrying mechanics. So yep. The first thing I want to do is to go to my blocking. Now let's go to let's add a new gameplay effect. Actually, I'm just gonna copy blocking, paste this, and change this to parrying. Parrying. Let's open it. Infinite grant tag. I want to grant this tag, and let's remove this. We don't need that. Okay, so now I don't want this to be infinite. So the way it's gonna work is I mean, if you've played any video game that has a parrying mechanic in it, usually your parry has like a short timing. When you're trying to block, usually it's at the beginning of the block. You have like, I don't know, like a 0.1 second timing where if they hit you during that timing, then you get a parry. So this is kind of what I want to do. I want to, when I start blocking, I get this parry tag on me, and if they hit me during that parry window, then you can do whatever you want based on that. I don't know, like push them back or whatever else, right? So what I'm gonna do here is give this a duration of 0.5 seconds, right? And then I'm gonna go to my character here and go to my combat component, and here where we have the tag blocking. So when we are adding our blocking tag, I'm gonna add another effect here, which is going to be the parry effect. Alright, so now every time that we block, the parry tag is gonna be added also for 0.5 seconds. Let's check this. So if I block, you'll see that in owning own tagged, you'll see it says state blocking, and next to it for 0.5 seconds it says parrying. So as you can see, it's a short window. So as soon as we block, we get a very short parry window, right? So we have to time our blocks perfectly. Yep, it's working. Nice. You can make it. You can make the timing tighter if you want, but yeah. I like 0.5 seconds. I think it's good. Anyway, next, let's go to the code. Alright, I'm gonna close all of this. You don't need that. Don't think I need that either. I'm gonna go to my collision actor. In the public here, I'm gonna add some bool. Let's do a B blocking is false, and bool B parrying is false by default. Yeah, that's all I need. And I'm gonna add a new function also. Let's do a void blocked and parried attack. It's gonna take in the other actor. So other actor. Alright. Let's make this function. You know what? I'm gonna move this up. Move this up here. Actually, it's the first thing that I'm gonna check. Let's move this up here even. Alright. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Well, first thing first, let's make sure that we have another actor. Make sure that this is valid. And then I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use auto because I don't want to type the whole thing. Let's do a U ability, get ability system component from the other actor. And just make sure that it's valid. So what I'm trying to do here is to get the ability system of the other actor and check if they have the blocking tag on them or the parry tag, so that we can do stuff depending on the tag that they have. So if they don't have the blocking or parry tag, we can just proceed as normal and do damage and I don't know, knock them back or do whatever, right? But if they do have it, then we can work from there. We can check if they have the parry tag on them, then maybe you want to make your character get knocked back or something like that happen to them, right? And maybe if they have the block tag, you don't want them to take any damage or anything like that. So this is what we're gonna work on. So now that we have the ability system, oh, also we you know what, we'll work on that after. Let's first do this. Let's not complicate things too much right now. Let's do a ASC has matching gameplay tag. Yes, this one. And we can just do an FTP gameplay tag get. We want to check blocking. I'm just gonna do a ternary operator, I think it's called, or something like that, right? Just gonna do B blocking is true. Otherwise, B blocking is false. So all this line is doing is checking if the ability system component of the other actor that we are hitting, do they have this tag on them? Do they have the blocking tag? And then if they do, then we set B blocking is true. If they don't have the tag, then we set B blocking to false. We're gonna do the same thing for the parry one. So let's do ASC has matching tag, FTP gameplay tag, get the parry tag this time, question mark, B parrying equals true, B parrying equals false. So same thing here. Oh, get. There we go. So yeah, exact same thing here. We're just checking, do they have this tag on them? If they do, then they are parrying. If they don't have it, then they are not. Pretty simple. Now we could prevent the movement of the character if they are blocking. Actually, I mean, that's up to you. I'm gonna leave that as is. I still want them to get pushed back a little bit when I hit them, even if they're blocking. Now handle rotation. I'm gonna say here, if the other actor is not valid, or if B blocking, or if B parrying, then I want to return. I don't want to rotate them. Yeah, and let's go to apply effect also here. I'm gonna say B blocking if they're blocking, or B parrying. I do not want to apply any effect to them. Now, that will depend on your game, what you want to happen here, because you might still want to apply some kind of effect on them if they're blocking or if they're parrying. For me, I'm not gonna go into all of that. that's, I'm gonna leave that up to you, what you want to do when they are parrying or blocking. So you have access to these variables here, you know, so you can apply different types of effect, maybe if they're parrying or if they're blocking, to your character or to their character. That's up to you. For me, I'm just gonna ignore everything, so I'm just gonna not apply any damage or any like stagger effect or anything like that if they're blocking or parrying. Okay, so that's that. And let's compile and see. Alright, now that we are back in, let's test this out. Now, to be able to test it, I'm gonna need to go to my enemy character here, and I want him to be blocking. So I'm just going to go to my here. I'm gonna open the stagger. So when he gets staggered, I'm gonna apply a gameplay effect, which is going to be the blocking gameplay effect, just so I can test this out. Alright, let's press play and see. So now they're not blocking. If I hit them, boom, now they're blocking. Cool. As you can see, they're in the correct blocking animation, which is nice. Now if I hit them again, they should not get staggered. Let's see. Oops. Oh. Well, that didn't work. Let's see. The state is blocking. Why do we still get? And I can see the stagger still getting applied. Huh. Why is that? I figured why it wasn't working. It's because we never called this function. So let's make sure that this function is getting called here in the first place. So other actor. Alright, now in begin overlap, we call block and parry the attack function first. We check if we are blocking or parrying, and then we can proceed with all the other stuff. That's why it wasn't working. Now let me do that again. Alright, let's test it again and see. So there we go, no tag. If I hit once, boom, they get staggered. Now they have the blocking, now they should not stagger. What in the world? Oh! Oh my god, I was about to compile this and then I just saw where the mistake was. This should be if the actor is not valid, then we return. That's why it wasn't working. My god, don't even need all of these things. Alright, let's compile again. So just make sure that this is if the actor is not valid. Alright, one more time. First hit, everything's working. Now it's blocking. If I hit, boom. What? No freaking way. also. So yeah, so the error was just that I forgot to add this what's it called, exclamation mark symbol here and here. So make sure that you have these on, so that if it's not valid, then we return. Same thing here, if it's not valid, then we return. That was the issue. Oh my god. Alright, let's compile again. Alright, let's test this out. Okay, no block state, so if I hit, boom, it gets staggered. Now you have the blocking. Now if I hit, boom, hey, finally. Now it's working. And I was on the server. Now if I do client, it works the same way. First hit works, then boom, yeah, now you're blocking everything. Yep. Now it's working. Cool. Alright. But now we have another issue. Because you see, if I hit him from the back, he's still blocking. Which doesn't make any sense, right? At least, I don't want that in my game. Boom, boom. Yep. See, it's still blocking. So let's fix that. Alright, let's go back here. Now, what I want to do is to make it so that I'm gonna use a degree of like a threshold degree, where if I hit the character from the front, let's say, which means that I'm gonna be at how do I explain? If we are hitting the character from the front, then we can block, but if we are hitting from the side or from the back, we shouldn't be able to block. And for that, we are just gonna check at what degree our character is standing in relation to the other character, right? So let's implement this. I'm gonna do a const f vector. Let's do it equal to attacker. That's gonna be a oh fuck, wait, no, wait, let's do a actor first. Let's call it attacker, and that's gonna be the get owner. Alright, so the attacker is us in this case. Let's make sure that this is valid. Maybe it should be valid, but whatever. And yeah, we already have the other one. So we are the attacker and the other one is the defender, I guess. So now let's do f vector to attacker equals attacker get actor location. I'm gonna do it minus the other actor get actor location, and then this that get save normal, and now we continue with an f vector, call it defend forward other actor get actor forward vector that gets save normal. Alright, so now we have our position in relation to the other actor, and we have the forward facing direction of the other actor. Cool. Now let's do a const float. That's the I'm gonna call this degree threshold. Threshold. Now we do some math. So f math radiant. Radiant 2 degrees. A cos f vector the product of defender forward and magnitude. A little bit of maths needed here. All this is doing is just calculating the angle at which we are standing from the other actor, basically. And this is what this is returning here. Let's do a log. Log temp warning text degree threshold percentage degree degree threshold. Alright, here, and then I'm gonna do an if degree threshold is, what number should we use? I think 70 is good. Yeah, and I'm gonna put all of that in there. So yeah, so this is up to you. You'll be able to see what I mean by 70 in a sec. Actually, let's just get a practical example. But this number you can set depending on what your game needs, depending on the need of your game, right? So let's see what it does in action. Then you'll be able to understand it a bit more. Alright, let's test this out now. So if I hit, as you can see here in my log, it says degree threshold 20. Let me clear this actually. And now if I go here and hit, boom, I'm hitting at a 40-degree angle, right? So, and the 40 degree is less than the 70 that I set here. So as long as we are within this threshold, the other actor is gonna block it, right? So if I stand here and I hit, that's 8 degrees. If I'm here and I hit, that's 30-degree angle. So it's all blocked. But if I'm here, now I'm hitting at a 145-degree angle. So they get hit. As you can see, they do play the animation and they do take damage. If I'm standing here, let's see about here, that's a 62-degree angle and they block it. But if I'm here and I hit, yep, I'm at a 95-degree angle and they get hit. Perfect. And you can play around with the numbers to see what you like. But yeah, I think I like this. This is pretty good to me. Yeah, see, 70 I hit. If I'm here, but if I was here and I hit, boom, it blocks it. Yep. That's pretty cool. Boom, boom, blocks everything. Yep, yep. But if I was at the back or at the side here, boom, gets hit. Booms get hit, boom, get hit, and boom, get hit. Alright, oh, and I see magnitude, oh, that's something else, but yeah, we can fix that. Let me just fix tackle here. That's my damage stuff. Yeah, that shouldn't be here. Wait, damage effect class, the damage. Wait, that's not the one. Oh, that's why. That's the wrong one. Push back. No. Fuck me. What is it called? Tackle, hammer, push. There you go, that's fixed. Yep. Alright, let's working now. Perfect. Anyway, that was it for this tutorial. And if you have any requests, you can request them on the Patreon or in the on the Discord. Anyway, see you in the next one.